Good morning. Thanks for joining me. Let's begin with light fists knocking on your hips. So our class today will be for flexible and free moving hips. And this is by request. So I love requests. If you ever have requests, please let me know. So we're going to knock all around our hips, our glutes. And then resting your hands right on your hips. Take a slow, deep breath into your hands. And we'll just do a few hip breaths, breathing into your hips. And as you exhale, send your breath down your legs, out your feet, connecting you to the heart of the earth. And invite your body to just settle and sink and ground into the earth. And then opening up your eyes with your hands on your hips, start the tiniest little hip circle you can do with ease. We'll do some hip spirals. So starting as if your tailbone could draw just a tiny little spiral on the earth below you, right? And so little by little, grow. And as you do this spiral, see if you can make the spiral be smooth. And flexible and free moving. And I'm finding I need to kind of widen my stance. So moving with ease, but also with softness. And once you when possible today, instead of finding your max stretch, your max flexibility, try to stop short, maybe even 70% of your max. And then once you find what feels just big enough today, start to spiral inwards. So all of my movements today are to help support flexible and free moving hips. And I'll try the other way. And as you do this, feel your feet. Let your feet help you just sink and connect to the earth. And then little by little, growing. And then stopping short of your maximum size of your spiral. Start to spiral inwards. If you're having hip troubles, the temptation is to kind of like push till it kind of hurts. And Qigong is a great saying, and the saying is no pain, no pain. So shift back. And then we'll do the same movement, but this time with our whole body. And this is dancing with the universe, kind of listening to your spine as you do this, and changing directions. And then slow it down. Now widen your stance. You're going to shift from side to side. This is the same kind of legs we do by the swimming dragon. So shift back and forth. Always inviting your knees to kind of gently pull back towards your pinky toe. And then finding opening up your hips as you shift from side to side. Now, the leg that's straight, put your hand right there, right? So kind of swing your hip gently, kind of like a bell. So find your neutral, right? So that's kind of like your pelvic bowl is just sitting like it would hold all its chi in. Now tip your bowl as you tip your whole pelvic bowl. Notice that kind of stretch. Now shift to the other side. And this is called ringing the bell. And just notice how that feels. Now let's just go back to our shifting from side to side, bringing our dragon as you shift and letting your neck, your head go in the opposite direction. Up your legs and hands, and then we'll come back and we'll try that. I find that I like to have my hands on my hips when I do this ringing bell. So the leg that's straight is where you're kind of doing that little stretch then shift back over, ring the bell. And then we come back to our swimming dragon. Let's do one more round of that ringing bell. So straight leg while your pelvic bowl kind of swings, right, like a bell. Swinging and then shifting, listening to your knees as you do this. And then going back to our swimming dragon. Now bring your feet in just a little closer. You're going to do that same shifting, but this time do a turn. Shift and a turn. And then find your way to a very smooth, making as your tailbone draws. Imagine there's sort of like a laser and it's drawing an infinity sign right on the earth. As you kind of help your hips. And then we'll add our arms and letting your hands kind of connect to the earth as you shift and turn, drawing that infinity sign on the earth. And then bending over just a little. This is shifting into merge with infinity. So as we draw this infinity sign, and then listening to your body for how far over. And I'm finding that the more I fold forward, the more I widen my stance. You might find that too. And then really kind of growing your infinity sign to stretch all parts of your body, including all sides of your hips, the back of your hips. Now slowly start to stand taller. And then maybe shifting your stance a little more close. And then draw your infinity sign all around you. Letting your hips really lead the way. So even though your arms are tracing this infinity sign, it's really your center, right? Your hips and your waist. And then bring it up to heart level. And then turning your palms up and touching the heavens. Do an infinity sign. Love. And then release. And then letting your arms swing. Lifting your back heel. And then squeezing your glutes to help actually open up the front of your hips. Right? And so knocking right under your collarbone and then knocking somewhere in your lower back. Each time you twist, I'm going to slow it down. Tightening your back glute and noticing how that can help kind of open up your front of your hip. And then slow it down. And then lifting your arms up, kind of like you're a cactus. Right, you're going to open, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Now glide your hips back as the backs of your arms and hands face each other. And then inhale up. And this is called opening the gates. And the gates are our major joints. They're to be energy gates. Sometimes chi gets stuck in our tight hips and shoulders and knees and wrists. So inhaling as you open. Exhaling as you glide your hips back. Each opening up. Releasing any stagnant chi in your joints. And inhale up. We'll do one more. And then release. And we'll do a little bit of leg swings. And then finding your balance and starting really small, right? Start small. And then little by little growing. Kind of listening to the flexibility of your hips right now. Think of it as kind of like oiling, right? Oiling a hinge. And then bring your leg back and stretch out your calf. I love that tight calves can result in tight glutes, which can be your whole hips can be tight. So don't forget to just invite your calves to just release and stretch. Supposedly 30 seconds is how long, which I don't know about you all, but I get like, I'm ready to do something else. All right, so sink into your calves. Now lift your back, heel up. Now remember our pelvic bowl, tilt it so that it's neutral, right? Imagine your pelvic bowl is full of chi. You don't want to spill it. So have it neutral. And notice how that changes the stretch, right? So stretching out your back, hip flexor. And put your hand, whatever knee is forward, put the same side hand on your thigh. And we'll do Repel the Fiery Dragon as you do a twist. And inhale, and then do an exhale, twist. All the while, keeping your pelvic bowl level. Gently tucking in your tailbone. Now, float up your arm and do a little side bend. Listening to your body pushing out through your heel. Oh, finding that as I talk. I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to do it. All right, I'm going to quick try to talk. Stretch from your back of your heel to the tip of your pinky, and then release. And we'll try the other side. Well, first, tune into the side that was doing all that stretching. And just notice. Notice if it feels different than the other side. So then finding your balance. Finding a little hip swing, starting pretty small. Just oiling that joint. Now bring your foot back. Stretch out your calf. Really sink, inviting your pelvic floor to be level. Inviting actually your pelvic floor to help you sink and connect to the earth. Just like your feet make contact with the earth. What about your pelvic floor? So make that contact as you stretch out your calf. Now lifting up your back heel, tucking your tailbone again, finding just the right amount of lunge to open up your hip flexor, and then we'll repel the fiery dragon. So twist. You've got the dragon's snout in your palm, right? And so you're gently pushing as you twist. Inhaling to center. Let's do one more. Now, floating your arms straight up, sinking, letting your pelvic floor connect to the earth. Do a little side bend. Stretching from, as you kind of push out your back heel, and feel it stretch all the way along to your pinky finger, and then release. And now check in. How do you do your two hips? Feel even. And then look down to the ground, and you're going to see a very tiny dragon's egg. So you're going to step over it. But you're looking straight ahead because the dragon's mother is nearby. So you're keeping your hips facing forward because you know the dragon is that way. But as you're doing this, the dragon's egg is growing. So each time, as the dragon eggs get bigger, you're going to have to step over it. Bigger and bigger, opening up your hips. And then release. And then another little dragon's egg pops up on the other side. Mom is still straight ahead. So keeping your hips facing forward. It's the tiniest little egg. So step over it. Keeping your shoulders relaxed. Letting your standing leg be straight. And then little by little, the egg grows. So you're going to step over more and more. Keeping your hips facing the front. Always making sure that mama dragon doesn't come as that egg is growing bigger and bigger, as big as feels right for you today. And then release. And then with your legs wide and your hands on your thighs, check your pelvic bowl. Is it level? Stand up. Have your torso be the crown of your head connected to the earth. And take a breath in. As you exhale, drop one shoulder toward the earth. Now, whichever way you're kind of leaning, have that other hand push on the inside of your thigh, helping to open up your hips. And then inhale to center. Take another breath in. And as you exhale, to twist. And then at the pace of your breathing, inhale to center. And exhale as you twist. Each time, gently pushing your hand on the inside of your thigh. And then straighten your legs, straighten your feet. Let's do a forward fold. And release your head and neck and shoulders. Invite the muscles in your lower back to just let go. And the muscles in your back of your legs at the same time. And then walk your hands over to one side. Feel that stretch. And then walk your hands over to the other side. Come to center and put your hands in small fists on your lower back with a straight back. Inhale up. Now pushing your fists into your lower back. Do a little back bend. And then gently squeeze your elbows toward each other, right? And then come up to standing. Now exhale and be parallel to the earth. And then inhale, come up. And at the pace of your breathing. Such a good movement for flexible and free moving hips. And inhale. And then moving your fists up and down your tailbone so that each time you inhale, you kind of push on a different spot on your lower back. Let's do one more. And then come standing. And with your legs coming into a bit of a sumo squat, invite your knees come out towards your pinky toes. Inhale your arms, well, stand up straight first. So inhale your arms overhead and then pull them into a bow. So to pull the golden bow, let that arrow fly. Floating your hands up and then pull the bow. And then listening to your body. Maybe how deep this feels. Good. It should feel good. Pulling your bow. All the while keeping your pelvic bowl level. Keeping your chi in. A lovely bowl of chi in your pelvic floor, your pelvic bowl. And then give your legs a little break. Now going back into that little sumo squat, shift your weight to like 60% on one leg. And then this is called Tame the Tiger. So your weight's a little bit more on the front leg, And your pelvic floor is level, right? Your pelvic bowl, holding in that chi. And imagine there's this tiger and you're just gently keeping it back to tame the tiger. And then release. But of course, whenever there's a tiger on one side, another one appears on the other side. So finding your pelvic bowl level, shift your weight, and then we'll repel the fiery dragon on the other side. Letting your feet just sink, settling you, inviting your pelvic floor, your pelvic bowl to also help you settle and sink into the earth. And then come up and shake it out. Let's just inhale through your nose and out of your mouth with a contented ah. Ah. Let's do one more. Ah. Then tune into your hips. What do you notice? Kind of tune into deep inside your hip sockets. And as you do that, see if you can tune into both hip sockets at the same time. And just notice. And then opening up your eyes, gliding your hips back. We'll do Pebble on the pond. Exhaling and inhaling. Do Pebble on the pond so that your hands are down by your hips, right? So with the intention, release tension and tightness, and inhale flexibility into your hips. So exhaling and inhaling, releasing what no longer serves you, and inhaling what is nourishing. Let's do two more. And then taking that pond water and pulling it up and letting it come down, maybe winding your stance. This is playing with water. So take that pond water and lift it and release it. You lift it up and the water comes down. As you're doing this, kind of notice if you're feeling more flexibility, more free moving hips. Inhale up and exhale down. And then we're going to take this movement and we're going to slowly make it smaller. So inhale it up and exhale down. Moving with effortless effort. And then bringing your hands to your hips. Instead of knocking them, we'll rub them. Rub on the side of your hips and your glutes all around. And then with your hands wherever feels right on your hips today, take a slow and steady breath into your hands, breathing into your hips. And exhale out what no longer serves you. So bringing in nourishment and releasing down your legs, out your feet, into the earth. And then put your awareness deep inside your hips. And then let that awareness spread so that you're tuning in deep in your whole body. And now taking a whole body breath. Breathe into your whole body. And exhale. And then gliding your hands up to your heart. Give a rub. And with a bow, give gratitude for all that you have. And give gratitude for all that you are. Share just a little bit of this flexible energy that you've been cultivating and share it in the form of an offering. So blow your offering into your palms. Hold your offering deep in the warmth of your hands. Take a slow breath in, and as you exhale, send it out. And thank you. Hope your hips feel better, dear Meg. Thank you for joining me.